lovies. Hi. So I know guys, I'm dressed the same as the previous video. It's because I took these videos on the same day. Duh. Anyways guys, so I'm just super pumped from my previous video. It just got me excited, man. I was able to just channel the energy from above. So guys, now I'm going to talk about relationships. Okay guys. Okay, I need to just calm down a bit. Okay. Oh Lord. Whew. So relationships, guys. What are relationships? Jolo the datings. So today's reflection diary, as I've said, is about relationships and what I've learned about myself from these relationships. And okay, so let's just go back in time. I think, okay, let's just start here, right? Let's just start here, because perhaps there are some people who might be wondering what's going on. Girl was out here what, you know, people might be confused and might be wondering what's going on. So not so long ago I had my tower moment, basically. Obviously throughout life we have our tower moments, our moments so many times throughout life, and we're still yet to experience many tower moments. So a tower moment in Tarot is basically about how it's that moment in time in your life where things basically kind of like come crumbling down. Basically everything falls apart, life literally feels like a mess, but at the same time, throughout this mess, you are dealing with yourself. You have to go through it. You have to walk right in, head on into the mess of your life and grow. You grow from that because it brings things to the surface. So that being said, I officially found out that okay, I have a spiritual gift, spiritual calling. Cool. Something I suspected. Perhaps I'll do a video on it, a separate video on it, some other time. But the reason why I'm mentioning it now is it relates to the topic relationships, right? So obviously being spiritually gifted has affected many different aspects of my life differently. You know, it has affected my personality, how I'm perceived, how I want to be perceived, and so forth. So with that being said, having male ancestors who are very dominant can be a lot. I tell you, can be a lot. And when I say that having male ancestors that can be quite dominant is because ancestors are just like parents, right? We all have parents. Our parents are protective of us. They always want the best for us. They always want to guard us, keep us safe from any harm, from any negative energy. They're always just trying to protect us, shield us from all the negative aspects. So having such dominant male ancestors, for me, has been so surreal, man. Has been so surreal in the sense that it shows in my personality. Number one, yes, I can be talkative at times, I can be bubbly, I can be happy-go-lucky, you know, I could be that girl. and then there are times when I'm just like, yeah, okay, you know, I'm quite detached, sorry. So I can be quite detached, I can be very like withdrawn, I want to be alone, I just don't want anything. Like men bore me, Like, they bore me, they're just annoying. It's like, oh my gosh, what do you want from me? And also the fact that, like, I can be very stubborn and grounded in my ways, that I really do believe that my way is the right way. Is the way, it's the only way, honey. So with that, it has affected, my relationships, in the sense that I can have such a confusing energy, number one, because today you could meet Elona that is very lovey-dovey, who expresses herself, who just wants to be with you, kiss you, and so forth. And then the next day, if not most days, you meet Elona who's just not about that, who's not about you, who's not about relationships, maybe casual things, but nothing serious. So with that, it has affected most of my relationships, because I've never been afraid to leave. I've never been afraid to walk out. I've never felt grounded in connections. Like, for me, it's always been such an easy thing. Like, oh, you've done A, B, C, and D. Like, I've been cool about it. I've been pretty cool about certain situations, and the ones that I've been cool about, I've addressed them. But then all of a sudden, I just get this feeling, and I'm like, I'm not feeling this. I just want to be alone. I just want to be single. I want to be single. I just want to be alone. I don't want a relationship. Relationships are stress, they're distractions. I have bigger goals. I've got bigger fish to fry, basically. And I leave those relationships. Those relationships don't last. And the worst part is that I sometimes leave without necessarily explaining, like, what's going on. And when those things are happening, I thoroughly believe that I don't want this. And then after a while, I come back to myself and be like, no, man, what was actually going on? Because every time, for example, I notice it where, excuse me, when it's approaching my birthday, for example, I notice this a lot. Approaching my birthday, I want to be alone. I want to be a single honey. I do not want no male energy around me. And that happens half of the time. So half of the times, if I've ever had relationships around that time, I'd break up with them. Just because, oh no, it doesn't feel right. Just doesn't feel right. I'm not okay. Literally, guys. And the thing is that I'm not just saying these things, but these things manifest themselves physically. Like, I actually end up not being okay. Like, for example, I'm supposed to meet up with you. All of a sudden, I'm feeling sick to my stomach. I don't know, I'm not okay. I just want to cry. I just want to burst into tears. Like, my world seems to be falling apart all of a sudden, and I cannot pinpoint what is falling apart. Because last time I checked, life was great. Life was going well. I'm madly in love with this person, but I don't want to be with them, so that has caused me to just walk out away from many situations. So now, going back to the reflection diaries, that before I even knew about this, I really thought perhaps that I had a problem. There was a problem with me. I really thought maybe there's something wrong, because I remember, like, how in high school, obviously people are dating, people have crushes, people are just interested in other people, and so forth. You know how it works, right? And for me, I just never had that. I never felt strongly attracted to someone, like, to a point where I'm like, oh, I want to be with them, I want to date them. I just never felt that. And whenever I did pursue something with someone, it's just to please them, not necessarily me truly wanting it. And more than anything, it was more about wanting to fit in, more than me actually wanting to be in a relationship. And then I'd probably dump them in like 3 days, a week, a month, whatever. I'd just be over it, because I struggle with pretending. I cannot pretend for my life. I try I try my hardest, but it is not within me. Like, you will see it in my face, you'll see it in my actions that I'm not feeling the situations, and I'm just going to remove myself from that situation before anyone gets hurt, before anyone feels like they've been strung along, before anyone feels like they've been taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So I just remove myself from the situations, or I just avoid them. I avoid them half of the time. So in high school, I really thought maybe there's something wrong with me, perhaps. And then here came the question of sexuality. I started asking myself questions like, maybe I'm not into guys, right? I remember talking about this with my roommate when I was in hostel, boarding school, raise, whatever you want to call it. I remember asking her, like, I remember we were chilling in the room, and I was like, maybe I'm lesbian. And guess what? I was still asking myself the same question last year, this year, previous years. I've just like questioned, like, you know, maybe I don't like guys at all. Maybe that's why I've never had such a strong attraction towards them. That's why I've just, like, they're just it's like, what do you want, you know? but then, like, I quickly realized that upon reflecting and having internal conflict with myself, trying to figure myself out, in the whole process, I realized that my issue is that I tried so hard to box myself. And that's one of the issues, number one, that I figured out. Like, I was trying to box myself into a category, trying to say that, okay, everyone is doing this, meaning that I also have to do this. I also need to fit into this box. And I realized that, no, man, being the person that I am, I cannot. All I have to do is accept me. I need to let myself flow. I need to stop trying to control every single thing that's happening in my life. I need to stop trying to control my feelings, stop trying to control how things are going on in life. I need to accept the fact that as I have been brought on this earth, life is going to be slightly different from everyone else. I'm definitely going to experience things differently. I'm going to feel differently at certain times. Like, it's never, normal is not a thing. I mean, normal in itself, what is normal? We can't even define it ourselves. What is normal? Maybe there is just a standard that we have to reach, but that's not even a norm. It's not normal. Like, when trying to define the term normal itself, it becomes very difficult for all of us in general, because normal, we're also unique, we're also different, we all have our different callings in life, we all have our different spiritual gifts in life, that we can't necessarily expect ourselves to be boxed according under this whole, normality. We can't. So I started accepting that. No, man, I need to let life flow. I need to understand also the fact that sexuality is fluid. You know, sexuality is fluid. My attraction today might not be the same the next day. More than anything, I've realized that I am very attracted to the person. Their character, you know, like, what does their character say? You know, never mind looks. Obviously, okay, please don't get me wrong. When I say never mind looks, doesn't mean that obviously there, you know, I can be obviously. So I don't necessarily mean that you know, I don't care about it, but because obviously that also forms a basis of attraction. I need to be attracted to you physically, attracted to you personality wise, attracted to you in all aspects. So I can't just kick out the physical properties, the physical characteristics of someone because I'm trying to seem woke. I'm not trying to seem woke, but I mean, I'm just trying to be as real to myself and as authentic to myself as I can be. So truthful. I mean, what is the truth anyways? I mean, it's very subjective if you ask me. Anyways, never mind that. Going back to the topic, right? Relationships. So now that I discovered about my calling, now I'm deciding, oh, makes sense why I've never been able to last in a relationship. I always get tired of them. They always bore me. There's always something wrong with the situation. There's always a reason for me to walk out, you know. But then I was sitting with myself and I realized that what is so different with these relationships that with spiritual people's relationships. We're all spiritual beings, but you know what I'm trying to say in this context. What is so different with their relationships and every other relationship? And if you think about it, people, we all have the same problems. We literally all have the same problems. And upon getting to that conclusion, I realized that no, man, there's other things that affect how I perceive relationships, how I perceive different genders, how I perceive, like, you know, the whole thing. You know. So I realized that no, man, I need to dig deeper. I cannot just simply take the easy way out, because hey guys, our ancestors get blamed for a lot. Hey, we really blame them for a lot. We blame them, oh, my relationship didn't work out because of them. Oh, this and this and this. They don't care. Why don't they just want me to have a boyfriend? Hey guys, we really do get caught up in worldly things. We really do we are so quick to placing the blame, transferring the blame elsewhere. And I realized, no, man, I need to be accountable. So if I'm going to accountable, I need to dig deeper. And upon digging, I realized that I self-sabotage a lot. And the self-sabotage is actually rooted in trauma. It's rooted in the traumatic experiences that I've had with male figures that have been in my life. And male figures, meaning, what is it? My father, the fact that he has had different men that are viewed as fatherly figures. I've had very traumatic experiences with them, very traumatic encounters that have literally had an impact on me, my personality, my emotions. I've had traumatic experiences with people that I have trusted, male figures that I have trusted with my heart, with my world, with my energy, with my essence, you know. And maybe one day we'll just dig deeper into that whole trauma. But let's go back to this. I don't want this video to be long. I don't like long videos myself, so let's keep it short and sweet and to the point. So upon that, like, I realized that half of the time I'm projecting because due to the trauma, I've literally kept myself guarded, like this, kept myself guarded, protected. I've had to make sure that this can't affect me. You know, I had to be strong, you know. A, B, C, and D has affected me too much. It has affected me, it has touched me, it has crippled me, it has made me feel like I'm not deserving of love. It has made me feel like I'm not deserving of greatness. I'm not deserving of being treated well. You know, it has really dented my mentality, you know, my mindset, that to a point that I really started projecting these feelings onto other people as well. Like literally the slightest change in tone, maybe the person isn't feeling like up to it, you know. Obviously we all have our bad days, but I'll take it in a personal manner. I'll take it personally. I'll take it like, oh, so what's up with this change of energy? Clearly you're lying. Clearly you don't like me. Clearly A, B, C, D. You know what I mean? Because it's all rooted in the sense that I've really gotten to believe that I don't deserve these things. I don't deserve the great things that have been headed my way. So you know what? I self-sabotage. Next minute, I've changed. I'm not about you. I'm fool me. I'm cold. Like, I'm just not giving my energy into this. I'm not about that. You know, and obviously the other person is going to receive that, and they're also going to retaliate. They're going to give you the same energy, honey. The universe is a lot. Obviously, you're going to get back the same energy that you give off. Obviously, if the person realizes, oh, you've changed, what, it's like, okay, cool, game on. You know I say game on if someone switches up on me. I know I'm just like, I'm gonna reciprocate that energy. So like with that, I realized that it's not necessarily only our ancestors, it's also ourselves. Yo guys, I'm so tired of healing. Hey, Munini healer, I've been healing for my whole young life. I need a break, you know. But I believe that through life lessons, through going through life, reflecting and going within, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer to where I want to be. But I wanted to just tell you guys that it's literally okay. Sometimes life happens. Like, I've literally sat and had like rants, moments where I'm sobbing in tears because I just don't understand what is going on. Why am I just so annoyed? Why can I just not stay in a solid, stable type of relationship? Because I'm literally always just flighty. I've got some flighty energy with me, and putting these things together made me realize that, you know, as much as I acknowledge that trauma has caused A, B, C, and D in me, but I haven't actually taken action to fix it. Instead, I've just moved from one relationship to the next, same type of energy, same type of girl, same type of vibe. So what do I expect? What do I expect? Sometimes we really do ask a lot. We ask a lot from the universe. We ask a lot from our ancestors. We blame them for a lot. We blame God. We blame the higher power for a lot of things that we ourselves have not done. Like, how do we expect to receive when we ourselves have not done the work? And you know what? I've decided to do the work. And doing the work for me means being truthful to myself and to others, being authentic, starting within, crying it out, dating myself, you know, being everything that I want in another person for myself, so that when it comes I'm ready. Bring it on, honey. But yeah, man, I'm really dedicating this time to myself, growing myself, developing my skills, being at peace, you know, good vibes. So guys, that is it. That is the reflection diary number 2 done. And if you're going to take something from this reading diary, is that take accountability. Take accountability for your actions, your toxic traits, the things that have happened to you, the things that you have done. Take it all in. Be accountable. Try not to transfer the blame to anyone else. Whether it's a person, whether it's ancestors, whether it's, you know, things that we cannot see, the metaphysics. Just try not to transfer. But what? Be accountable. Be accountable to yourself. Those things can't answer to you. And if they can't answer to you, that means that you'll never receive the answer that you need. So you need to what? Be accountable. Because then you have the answers to literally pull yourself out of whatever patterns you have, whatever traits that you have, whatever habits you have. You have the answer. You have the solution to pull yourself out. So that is it for today. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys take something from this. please do comment, guys. Please comment. Please tell me what you think. Please tell me the vibe. Please let me know if there's maybe a topic that you want me to dissect, if you want to hear from me, if you want to hear what's my take on certain things. Please let me know, then I'll be sure to get back to who? To you. Bye guys.